Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build budget decks based around a variety of commanders. Leading the deck for this video is Xyris, the Writhing Storm. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Xyris, the Writhing Storm is a 5-mana 3/5 legendary snake leviathan with flying. Whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, we create a 1/1 green snake creature token. Whenever Xyris the Writhing Storm deals combat damage to a player, we and that player each draw that many cards. I've seen a few ways to build Xyris. One of them is wheels. We force our opponents to draw a ton of cards, allowing us to make a bunch of snakes. Another way is a kind of spell slinger deck using pump effects. We swing out on someone, offering to help them draw just a few cards with our commander, and then cast a bunch of instants, pumping our commander. This allows us to draw a ton of cards. All of a sudden, Giant Growth is now an Ancestral Recall. You can build it this way as well, and frankly, I'm kind of interested in it. Maybe I'll do it in the future. But that's not why we're here today. Today we're building Xyris as a sort of group hug deck. Howling Mine effects. We want our opponents to draw a bunch of cards on their turns so that we can make a bunch of snake tokens. My issue with Xyris as a pure wheel commander is that, unlike the Locust God, our creature tokens don't have haste. So if we want to swing sideways with our army of slithery boys, we need to have them enter the battlefield on our opponent's turns. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is now the official partner of Wizards of the Coast, and as such, they're able to print official art on their deck boxes, like this Return to Earth boulder featuring art from Bloomborough. Rather than featuring a specific card, this deck box is designed to look like Maha's egg, as seen in Cruel Claw's Heist and Dawn's Truce. I love the deep cut references from this piece. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need a lot of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Frontier Bivouac, Hinterland Harbor, Sulphur Falls, Rootbound Crag, Rimewood Falls, Volatile Fjord, Highland Forest, Tangled Islet, Molten Tributary, Wooded Ridgeline, Vine Glimmer Snarl, Frostboil Snarl, Game Trail, Simic Growth Chamber, Izzet Boilerworks, Gruul Turf, Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, 7 Forests, 4 Islands, and 3 Mountains. Not bad for a budget list. Our mana ramp consists of Veteran Explorer, Helm of Awakening, Ghirapur Orrery, Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Nature's Lore, Farseek, Rampant Growth, Sakura Tribe Elder, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Harrow, and Skyshroud Claim. A good mix of group hug effects, mana rocks, and land ramp. I had wanted to include Overabundance, Heartbeat of Spring, Mana Flare, and Dictate of Karametra, but we didn't have the budget. For card advantage, we've got Howling Mine, Fevered Visions, Rites of Flourishing, Dictate of Kruphix, Well of Ideas, Folio of Fancies, Jace Beleren, Humble Defector, Edric, Spymaster of Trest, Pendant of Prosperity, Fecundity, Minds Aglow, Fascination, Skyscribing, and Tales of the Ancestors for group draw effects, Dragon Mage, Flux, Windfall, Whirlpool Warrior, and Magus of the Wheel for wheel effects, as well as Eureka Moment, Growth Spiral, and Teferi's Ageless Insight for personal card advantage. Now, we are running a few wheels, but all you need to do is play nice with wheels. Be political. Ask your table who would like a wheel. If they vote yes, do it. If they vote no, hold off. For now, at least. Now, I wanted to add some other effects rather than wheels, but we ran out of room on the budget. Namely, I wanted Anvil of Bogarden, Font of Mythos, Kami of the Crescent Moon, Temple Bell, and Prosperity. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of a Braid, Beast Within, Chaos Warp, Return to Nature, Naturalize, Reality Shift, and Decimate. We've also got a counterspell package in Long River's Pull, Negate, Counterspell, Arcane Denial, Commit Memory, and Dream Fracture. Gotta keep our opponents from winning too soon, after all. For board wipes, we've got Washout and Whelming Wave. Remember, dear viewer, Xyris is a Leviathan. The core of our deck consists of Ominous Seas, Alondra Skydreamer, Shared Animosity, Impact Tremors, Witty Roastmaster, Molten Gatekeeper, Forced Fruition, and Biomass Mutation. Supporting our plan, we've also got Overprotect, Blossoming Defense, Shore Up, and Simic Charm. Gotta protect our commander somehow. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 36 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 24 pieces of card advantage counting our commander. 13 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory and Scavenger Grounds. 1 Sudden Eye win card in Windfall. Okay, so our deck wants to win with Impact Tremors and the other effects that share this ability. Obviously, Purphoros God of the Forge would be amazing in this deck, but we didn't have room in the budget for him. Now, we want to be able to damage our opponents whenever they draw a card, but we want to do it after we have them lulled into a false sense of security. And when we finally have a couple of Impact Tremor effects on the battlefield, we drop a Windfall and remove everyone from the game. Like I said, I prefer to run this deck with no wheels, other than Flux and Commit Memory. Flux is the nicest wheel in the history of Magic, and unless you're playing at a high power or CEDH, you should consider running it, even if you hate wheels normally. The ability to pick and choose which cards you want gone rather than being forced to discard your whole hand is empowering, but can also be used politically. Played correctly, this deck stays under the radar until it's too late, just like a group hug deck. Of course, I tend to enjoy watching my opponents suffer. So after putting a few Howling Mind effects out, I'll then cast Impact Tremors. Then I'll play Jace Beleren and +1 him and watch all of my opponents take 3. They then start to do math and realize that on their next draw step, when they're drawing 3 extra cards, they're all about to take 9. Just delicious. Do you have a Xyris the Writhing Storm deck? What theme is your deck? And should I try my hand at building a combat trigger Spellslinger version of Xyris? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgine, Nazwin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Xyris, Booksu, Patrick, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Richard, Devon, Lucius, Sint, and Boomy. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.